Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to find the surface area and volume of a cylinder. Okay? Now just one thing of note, a cylinder is not a polyhedra because it's not made up of polygons because of that circle, the curved edge. So this one, for the surface area, this shape, it could be a little bit easier for you to use the formula instead of just figuring out what shapes make up this solid. Although you can do it both ways. So I'm just going to go over both ways, and whichever way you like better, then you can do it that way. Okay? Okay. So let me scroll here. Okay. So for the surface area, here is the formula. So the formula to find the surface area of a cylinder is 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter of the base times the height. Okay? Now, of course, the base in this shape is the circles. So the area of the base would be pi r squared. And the perimeter of the base, how do you find the perimeter of a circle? Remember circle fence? It's the circumference. All right, and that formula is 2 pi r, which I just wrote little tiny right there. Okay, this height is then just referring to the height of the prism, which is 34. So if you plug it in, the radius, which if you filled in the values, that 16 was the diameter. So the radius is 8 meters. So 8 squared is 64. So 2 times 64 pi plus, and then the circumference is 2 pi r. So that's 16 pi times 34, which is the height. So if you keep going, you could leave your answer in terms of pi. So like 2 times 64, and then if you add that to 16 times 34, your value is 672. So 672 pi could be a valid answer. That would be the exact answer. And if I multiply those two numbers together, I get approximately 2,111.1 meters squared. Okay? So that's using the formula. Or, now, if you think about this, hopefully I didn't just give it away. If I had a cylinder, okay, of course this is theoretical, but picture this. You got a cylinder, if you just cut down like a side of this cylinder and rolled out the cylinder, like what shape would it make? Okay, now the correct answer is just a rectangle, and it's kind of easy to picture if you think about taking a sheet of paper and just like rolling it up. I don't know how well you'll see this, but if I connect the two ends of a paper, like piece of paper like this, boom, boom, that's technically a cylinder, right? That if you cut it and then lay it out, oh, it's a rectangle. So if you want to go the shape route again, you can. It's very, like, it's pretty much exactly what the formula is. So like for the circle, it's the formula pi r squared, but you get two of them. So 2 times 64 pi, oh, like the exact same thing. And that's 402. And then for the rectangle, if you think about how you're going to find the area of this rectangle, well, it's just the height, and the length around the circle would be the width, or the length of the top of the rectangle, and that's just the perimeter of the circle, which is the circumference. So to find that would be 34 times 2 times pi times the radius, which is 8. Oh, look, the exact same thing as this. And that's 1709. And if you add them together, you get the same value. Okay? So again, whichever way like makes more sense to you, please do it that way. And then to find the volume, it's just the area of the base times the height. So pi times the radius squared times 34, you get a value of 6,836.1 meters cubed. Now, just one note that I did say in the other videos about finding the surface area and the volume. There are times where the surface area will be a bigger number than the volume. It just happens sometimes. So if you get that, like if that happens, which it will, I believe in some of the practice problems, don't like freak out or anything because it's totally fine. Alright, thanks for watching.